I hate commuting to the city. I hate commuting to the city.
What's up, everybody? It's Holy Joe Rock and Roll, the man with the tan who's always got a plan. Hey, this is part 2 in the war against men, and let's just talk about it. There was a man in China who married this woman, had a baby. Turns out the baby was ugly, and he believed that the woman was having an affair. That couldn't have been his kid. So he actually filed for divorce, and he filed against her for adultery. I guess in the process of the court proceedings, he discovered that she had something like 62,000 pounds, or it's over $100,000, close to $100,000 worth of plastic surgery to change her appearance. Look at here's the before and after. Now, I got nothing against Chinese women, but I know some men are into the Asian persuasion. Although I did meet this girl in Hong Kong. She looked like an angel. Oh my God. But here's the before and the after. And obviously that is a huge difference. And he sued her for marrying under false pretenses. And he won a settlement, $100,000 settlement. Okay? Now, where's the war on men? Well, I'll just mention one thing. How many after-school specials, how many made-for-TV movies have you seen, or real movies based on a true story, where you've seen stories about a man who married a woman with under false pretenses and then stole her money, right? We see that quite often, right? At least it used to be quite commonplace. You always see these kind of stories where a man would manipulate a woman and then somehow steal her money and then disappear, right? And usually it was a serial type of guy. The guy would disappear and do it again. Eventually he'd change his name, what have you, and eventually he gets caught. There was one based on a true story about an airline pilot. I can't remember the name. This is years ago. Airline pilot who had 3 wives in 3 different cities, like one in the East Coast, one in the central part of the U.S., one in California. And he was on his way to marry his 4th wife, a beautiful Hawaiian girl, and that's when he got caught. And the story ends, he gets arrested, whatever. They ask him, why did he do this? Well, he just loved all these girls, and that's why he married all 4 of them. Okay, fine. But here's a case where the woman is marrying the man under false pretenses. I mean, that's why they say beauty is only skin deep. You can change the skin, but the DNA is not going to change, right? You still are how you were born. You were born that way. If you were born ugly, you're going to stay that way because the DNA is going to stay that way, all right? Now, the war against men part of this is just in the attitude. Now, I want you to listen to this. This is the report of it on Bloomberg TV, where it's supposed to be financial news, but all the women look like whores. The tits hanging out and all this kind of stuff. Why is that? Why is that? And it seems like financial news now is dominated by women presenters. Obviously, they're trying to get men to watch. I understand that. But do they have to go this far? But check this out. Check this out.
You're not going to believe this one. Don't forget to tell your future husband or your wife, Matt, that you've had a little work done. A court in China has sided with an angry ex-husband who sued his estranged wife for marrying him without disclosing her previous plastic surgeries. That's right. So how did he find out? Well, the fuming ex said he knew something was up when his wife gave birth to their first child, a baby that the husband said was, quote, ugly beyond description. Oh, the best part, the court ordered the woman to pay her ex $120,000 for his claims of marriage under false pretenses.
Oh false advertising.
False advertising.
Absolutely
horrific.
Awful. I know,
That's
poor guy.
DNA. How can you call that child?
Okay, now listen, this girl in the middle now, saying horrendous, that's awful. Well, what is she saying is awful? Listen to this.
Ugly beyond description. You're half that, buddy.
Only half.
And you know what's crazy? Is that a court would actually side with him? Unbelievable.
What's crazy is that the court would actually side with him. How is that not a subtle attack against men? The guy was ripped off by this woman who appeared to be beautiful, but in fact was freaking ugly and never divulged that she had plastic surgery. You know, here she is, legs sticking out, you know, cooch practically sticking out. Come on.
And so what's the deal? You have to disclose all plastic surgery or something in China?
I would hope that, well, if I were to ever to get married, I would hope that my wife would disclose all plastic surgeries. And
Yeah, you're goddamn right. You would hope that your wife, future wife, would disclose any plastic surgeries, right? Exactly. Wouldn't you?
But where was this
But it's
court?
like law now.
In China.
China.
Oh, in China. So that would be a good place to have the Hunger Games park as well. Because I guess anything goes there, right?
Anything goes. That is such a horrible story. That poor baby. That poor baby. We don't have a picture of the baby, though.
Well, it's ugly beyond description, so why would we even want to show it to anyone?
Man.
Oh, boy.
Giggly, giggly. What's so funny? What's so funny, bitches? Seriously. What the hell is so funny? How would you feel if you married a man who looked great and you had a kid and it was an ugly-ass kid, right? Because your husband lied about plastic surgery. Would you still be giggling like that? It's ridiculous. You know, I don't know why these people are taken seriously. You know, they're supposed to be reporting on serious topics. Now, this is the Street Smarts, I guess, show. So maybe it's not purely financial news, Bloomberg. But come on. It's ridiculous. Why the subtle slight against men? It's really not that subtle. You know, she's right up there saying it's ridiculous. It's crazy that the man won and that this Chinese court, for all the failures and problems in China, at least this court system sided with the man for good reason, that he was totally ripped off and false pretenses, right? So, well, this is just another example of the war against men, and it's in your media. It's right in your face. Just open your eyes, people. It's right there for everybody to see. Till next time, Holy Joe Rock and Roll, coming to you live and unscripted, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.
I hate commuting to the city. I hate commuting to the city.